Good morning. Joseph D'Amico, Superintendent of the New York State Police. I'm up here with John Melville, the Commissioner of the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Service, Deputy Commissioner Kevin Wisely, Craig Apple, the Albany County Sheriff, and from the Colony PD, Deputy Chief Mike Woods, Lieutenant Donnelly, Lieutenant Wynn. So all of the people up here, great partners in law enforcement. And every day we work together with so many federal, state, and local partners to keep New Yorkers safe. Today we're announcing a new tool which will allow New Yorkers to help us in our job of keeping them safe. Last week we all sat at home and watched the tragedy unfold in France. And we've spent the last week speaking and reiterating that there is no known incredible threat here in New York State, and I just want to reiterate that one more time. But we do ask New Yorkers to remain alert and to remain vigilant. So most of you, or all of you, have heard of See Something, Say Something. It's a great media campaign started after 9/11 to remind people when they see suspicious behavior to report it to law enforcement. Well, today we kind of take it to the next level with an app for your smartphone, which we call See Something, Send Something. It's a very simple tool which allows New Yorkers to take a picture and send it off to law enforcement, to put in some text, send it off to law enforcement, and basically this is how it works. You go to the App Store, you download the See Something, Send Something app. It's free, it's easy, you install it, easy instructions. The app actually gives you some tips on what might be suspicious behavior, stuff that you should report. And when you see something that raises your suspicion, you use the app. You take a picture through the app, which is immediately sent off to the New York State Intelligence Center, which is an intelligence center run by 20 plus federal, state, and local agencies right here in New York. The tip will be looked at, vetted, analyzed if necessary, and assigned, whether for investigation or response or appropriate action. It's not to replace 911. If you see a crime, if you need immediate police response, if there's an emergency, dial 911. But for anything less, for that suspicious behavior that you'd formally dial the 866-SAFE-NYS telephone number to report, that's what the app is for. Just take See Something, Say Something, and gives you smartphone app to send that information to law enforcement. It's a great and easy tool. Everybody has a phone, and we're trying to put it in the pockets of all New Yorkers to be able to help us in keeping them safe. This is a busy week, entering into holiday season. A lot of travelers, millions of travelers, and shopping season starts on Friday. People will be in the malls by the millions. It's a perfect time to download the app and have it on your phone and be ready to use it. I also wanted to introduce one other person who's here with us in the audience, Bart Johnson, who's the Federal Security Manager for all of upstate New York for the Transportation Security Administration. I just thank you for hosting us here in the airport. I think it's a very appropriate venue for talking about this type of product. At this time, I'd like to introduce John Melville, who's the Commissioner of the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services.
Thank you, Superintendent. I'd like to just first start by thanking the State Police and especially Superintendent D'Amico for pushing this out. New York is going to become one of the few states that has this app, and it's a big deal. We've had the See Something, Say Something campaign for a long time, and it's now time to enhance that with See Something, Send Something. Now more than ever, it's really incumbent upon the citizens in New York State and this country to be aware of their surrounding and what's going on around them. I spent my entire adult life in law enforcement, and now with the Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services, and I can't tell you how many times that one little bit of information or that one tip either helped solve a heinous crime or tip us off to something that was in the works. I think See Something, Send Something is a wonderful new asset, not just for law enforcement, for the general public at large. Means a lot of extra work, I believe, for the analyst at DHSES and the state police, but we're more than willing to take on that responsibility and look forward to any see something, send something submissions that come our way. So with that, I'd just like to turn it back over to the superintendent.
Thank you, Commissioner. And just to reiterate, it's not to replace 911. If you need an emergency response by police, if there's a crime in progress, dial 911. For anything suspicious, you could use the app. So, what would we be talking about? You're on a train or you're in the airport, you see unattended bag that raises your suspicion. You're in the mall and you see a package, things like that. You see people who are acting suspiciously around a facility maybe where they don't belong, like a power plant, or you see the car there regularly and you just find it odd that they're there. That's the kind of thing you'd use the app for. If you see something that you think is a crime in progress, you still dial 911. It's a nationwide app. It's something you could use all across the country, and wherever you are, it'll find the closest intelligence center and report the tip, and you can be assured on the other end that there's law enforcement ready to take action. So anyway, I thank you, and I'd love to take questions.
Do you have enough staff to monitor these photos coming in quickly?
We do. I mean, the Intel Center is 24 hours. As I said, it's multi-agency, and we staff it to respond to the toll-free hotline, now, and so many other tips that come into us. So yeah, we're ready.
Is there a way to follow up if you need more?
Excuse me, I can't hear.
Is there a way to follow up if you need more information from someone?
Yeah, I mean, the way it works is it geocodes and timestamps whatever you send. The only thing displayed to investigators is a telephone number, and we'll respect confidentiality. And if we had to reach out, yeah, sure, we would reach out.
Have other states used this before us?
Yeah, there are a number of states that are already using the app, and obviously, we're hoping it spreads. Pennsylvania, Ohio, I believe Colorado, and there's others that are using it. So right now, I mean, if you were traveling through Massachusetts and used it, it would come to us, and we would refer to the Massachusetts law enforcement people, whatever tips came in.
Does this allow for an anonymous tip?
Well, as anonymous as can be. It's just the telephone number is going to be displayed. Your name isn't displayed, your personal information isn't displayed, but it's no different than sending a text. You send a text on your phone, your number is going to be displayed. But as I said, we will respect and value confidentiality on our tips.
Are you worried this will discourage people from calling 911 if they can just easily send a photo in or something?
Yeah, and that's why I re-stress that it's not here to replace 911. It really is, it's the next step for like the 866 hotline that you would use to call in a terrorism tip. It's not meant to, prevent you from dialing 911. And if you need immediate police response, that's the best way to get it.
Thank you, guys.
Good, thank you.